Video game bang, video game bang, video game bang. Video game. Mega Brand. Live from the sack, it's the livest. In fact, I'm putting rhymes on this track to put my guys on the map. Updates, geek news, tech talk, and reviews. They can summarize it so you ain't gotta breeze through. Listen once and you're forever fans. And I'm not saying it because their theme song features Mega Ram, the ultimate source of all geek media. Other podcasts, they just don't match up. Need proof? You can check the archives and catch up. Stats off the chain, we have rearranged the game. It'll never be the same. Now it's time to feel the
bang. What is up, everybody? I forgot my own catchphrase. We took 1 week off, and I forgot my cat. What is up, everybody? Who says that? Of course you know it's what is up, my pizzas. We are back with another episode of Video Game Bang. We took the week off. A lot's been going on. We'll get to everything we missed, though. Not one thing flew under the radar. We're going to cover it all. But first, we're going to talk to my man, David Webb. What is up, man? How you doing?
Yo, everybody. What's going on? I just switched up my catchphrase because apparently you're
I took yours.
You took mine. Yeah. I was like,
what is up, everybody?
What's up, everybody?
Yeah.
Hey.
How you been?
Good.
What's
good.
new? You been gaming?
Been doing a little gaming. Found a new show.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Okay, so it was definitely a guilty pleasure.
Okay.
The Circle on Netflix.
Oh, I'm all into that.
Oh,
bro.
my God,
Did you
that
finish
show.
it?
I'm done.
Oh, I'm not done yet. Don't spoil it.
All right. You know what, though?
Yeah, mind blower.
Yeah, how far are you in it?
So no new people are coming on board.
Oh, so you're like right there.
I'm pretty close.
So so the mom and the son are there.
You guys know how the circle works, right? Have you heard of it?
It's like the game show thing where people are in the same place but through like a TV or something.
This show is made for Lexie.
The Truman Show?
Lexie, this is for you because you love social media, you work in social media, so you'll get it on a whole nother level. But basically, it's like there's this giant hotel and they move in like 8 people and they're soundproofed and they live in this room and they made their own like social media channel where they have to update their profiles and do statuses and it's like a social game where they have to DM each other and it gets really interesting. And my favorite character is this guy who hates social media.
Oh, Shooby!
Yeah.
Yes.
It's taken over our lives to the point where there's a guy on there named Joey, and he's a big bro.
Yeah.
And so now when I text message my wife, Elizabeth, I'll message her. Message! Yeah. I preface everything I text her with message.
Wait,
I love you, honey. Winky emoji, smiley emoji, send message.
Send message.
Yeah.
I need to see
Joey,
this.
okay, so Joey and Shooby are my two favorites.
Yeah. Okay, those are my favorites.
Those are my favorites too.
No. Sunburns or whatever his name is.
Starburns.
The guy who's catfishing as his girlfriend.
Oh!
I love that guy.
Oh my God, that guy. Okay, so I think you've passed this
Fuck
part.
it. This is not Video Game Bang anymore.
No,
we're calling it Circle Jerks.
Circle Bang. We'll workshop that. So the one where they're so everybody thinks that he's a girl, right? And so he's sitting there, he's going
in character.
He is in character.
When something happens, he goes, message. Girl, I'm so sad.
And he goes, yeah, that sounds good. Send. Oh, we're doing so good right now. We're doing so good. So my favorite was when he got invited to a girls' chat and they start talking about their periods.
Yes.
He's like, oh shit, what did I do? And then he says something like, he goes,
oh no.
Yeah, when it's my time, it always just hurts really bad on the left side.
Wait.
Yeah, that's good. He says, and then that was the reaction. It cuts to all the girls are like,
what?
The left side.
I don't know if I ever.
And it cuts back to him. He goes, yeah, this is good. Rebecca, we're doing so good right now.
Yeah.
We're doing so good.
I cannot. Well.
Yeah, Special Cases found the wiki explanation. Within the show, contestants are isolated within their own apartments, can only communicate with one another via the Circle, ostensibly a computer program which transcribes their messages messages into text as if a social media app.
And then there's like challenges and there's games that they have to play.
It's interesting. It's definitely one of those moments where it's awful television, but at the same time, it's holding up a mirror and saying, "Look at yourselves."
Yeah. So here's the downside, though. I'm gonna give you a peek into the future of what your future is like. So I watched this, and I'm like, all right, I'm into it. Like, I kind of like reality shows. Let me see what other reality shows I might. That's not this. I tried watching Amazing Race.
No.
Hold up. Wait a minute. You need to get off the show.
I mean, it's okay. It's okay, but it's not the circle.
Wait, did you start at season 1, honey?
No, I'm starting at Chris.
Yeah, you gotta start.
Who's the guy that won season 1?
That's why I was so confused. I was like, where are they racing to?
I met the guy who won season 1.
How?
Stop.
Like 2 weeks ago, or not 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago.
No, you didn't.
Was it the guy who won? What was his name?
The lawyers. There was so season 1 was lawyers.
Yeah.
Season 2.
One of them was like the first gay dude to like win a.
Oh, that was season 3 or 4.
Okay, I met him.
No way.
Yes, he was at the Rainbow Chamber thing, and he gave the opening speech. He was the keynote speaker. I met him. Yes.
I'm gonna need to go out with you more often.
Famous people.
First of all,
like the winner of the 3rd season of
Yeah.
Amazing Race from like 20 years
I got
ago.
another good one, but we'll save that for a little bit later.
Amazing Race is like I said this on the past 2 weeks show or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the shows I've always wanted to be on. And
So this season I'm watching.
I gotta do
This
it.
is her audition
That's
tape
gotta be
right
so
here.
stressful.
It was a guy who's like he was like 20 like young 20s, and he was like, I grew up watching The Amazing Race. I'm so excited to be here. And he's just so like energetic and happy.
My favorite line is like when they give you like this fast pass type thing. And it's like only teams who are most advantageous.
Oh my God! You know you're watching a show too long when you say the things that they like. I do that with Ink Master all the time.
I watch this show religiously. I watch this show every night. I'm telling y'all, that's my show.
When we do like the trivia nights at Oblivion, we have one coming actually up here on the 10th. But after every round, I go, all right, ink pens down, no more ink. It's just what you got to do. We got other people to introduce on the show.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We've been talking for like 20 minutes.
This is her official audition tape for The Amazing Race. Lexie, what's up?
Hi, Cory.
How you been?
Good. I actually so other than Amazing Race, because I do binge watch that all the time, guys. Like,
we get it. Yeah, I believe you. 100% believe
No
you.
doubt in our minds.
Like line for line, place for place. Anyway, so I have been watching this new anime called Space Dundee.
Space Dundee?
Like Crocodile Dundee, but space?
No. Space Dundee.
If that's what it was, I would have been all over it.
Sick, dude.
But she lost me at no.
Do you have to say it like that?
Yeah. Yes, I do, because that's how it
Wait, what's it called again?
Space.
She gets all like Space Dundee.
No, that's how it is. No, look it up. Like, it's a really funny anime, and he likes to go to like this club on the edge of the space, like on the edge of the universe called Boobies. Literally, what I just said.
Is this a real anime, or is
Yes,
this sounds more and more made up?
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild, but he's always like talking about that. He has like this little robot and this cat that's with him.
It's like the only anime I'll watch.
Just watch it. Just trust in the
Trust. And then also joining us, special guest, 3 podcasts in 2 days.
Yeah, dude.
And then on top of that, a global game jam. What's going on, Kyle?
Dude,
Kyle the winner.
We're busy. We're living the busy life.
You doing it, man? How was the game jam? Actually?
Game jam was cool. I actually didn't get to participate because I was working a bunch, and
but
like,
they interviewed
didn't wanna,
you and stuff.
Yes,
right?
I got to interview. I was mostly plugging other SDC stuff, like the progressive game jam. That was super cool, dude. We had 50 people on day 1.
Damn.
And like it was packed, and we had all sorts of sick like game ideas. Man, it was cool. And then
what is it again? Explain. It's kind of like one of those hackathons, but for indie games.
Yeah. So Global Game Jam was this last weekend. That was just a weekend where you come and like everyone across the entire world participates and does a bunch of cool stuff. So that was really cool. A bunch of people just like on a free weekend, you can just do that. But then if you want to do something longer, we did the Progressive Game Jam where we had a bunch of people pitch their ideas. We had like people from EA there. It was like,
dang,
this is a cool idea. You may want to consider this. And we like voted on the best ones. And we're going to get going here in February. The teams are getting together. And Super excited, man.
The other podcasts you do are, of course, Overwatch related, which let's go ahead and start there for a minute
couple
because there's a
things to
lot of
talk
changes.
about, yeah.
Holy crap. That's probably partially why we didn't have an episode last week because they have everybody set into fire panic mode. If it's not big enough that the Overwatch League is back this weekend, if you guys are interested in watching it, we talked about the last news story was the actually I don't even know if we
talk about. I
don't think we talked about the YouTube deal. Yeah, so Call of Duty League and the Overwatch League are exclusive now to YouTube gaming.
Wow.
No more Twitch. That was surprising. Actually, not a bad move
So
when you
wait.
actually break it
the
up.
only other one that I would have tolerated, I think.
Yeah, it sucks
So
for.
you can't stream on Twitch?
Well, no,
No, all the pros will
Pros can,
still
yeah.
stream.
Oh, gotcha,
Personally, any
gotcha.
teams, it's just the matches.
Wow, that's huge.
yeah.
But why?
Yeah.
Money?
That's true.
Money,
YouTube
first of
paid
all, yeah.
a lot
YouTube
of
pay
monies.
More money for
Oh,
it?
I-
Okay.
Look at what YouTube is.
Twitch paid 90 mil or something for 2 years or something.
Allegedly, I don't know if the numbers actually ever
Okay.
came out, but that's what they throw around.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And so I'd imagine this one would be around there, maybe. I mean,
And
they
considering
got Google
Twitch
money.
is losing a bunch of people, I feel like they would be in it to like, okay, let's actually try to
Yeah.
spend some money here, and YouTube still outbid them.
It was wild how it all came. Like esports is still the Wild West, man,
Oh, yeah.
because the Call of Duty League, obviously, and Overwatch League are very close, same publisher, and the news came out the day of or the day.
Literally the day of, dude.
Yeah,
It was wild.
Call of Duty had their big, massive debut in Minnesota. As the
2
kickoff
weekends ago or
event
something like
2
that.
Oh,
weekends
yeah.
ago, and the day of, they're like, "Oh, by the way, we're exclusive to YouTube Gaming. Check it out, y'all." Yeah, and then now
Damn.
that deal obviously applies to the new Overwatch League, where the big developer news came out after tons of speculation on whether they were going to be doing some weird things like picks and bans. Instead, they ended up dropping a bomb that they're going to do a thing called hero
pools.
Yeah, I could want
Which
to say
is super
hero.
annoying because we already have hero pools, and that like these are the heroes I can play.
Yeah, so it's like hero rotations
Yeah.
almost, where every couple weeks, every week, basically it's going to affect everybody, not just the Overwatch League, but
Competitive. Yeah.
where they're going to say, oh, by the way, you can't use Soldier 76 this week, Moira, or Roadhog.
Yeah, it's two DPS, 1 support, and 1 tank. So they're just gonna be out for.
Okay.
And it's a different list for. I'm pretty sure it's a different list for Overwatch League than for competitive, which is also weird. Because what happens if you like want to practice Genji
Yeah.
and like, okay, well he's banned in comp. So that's such an odd.
It
it's very odd
forces like
things.
crazy flexibility
That makes,
situations.
I don't know. To me, that doesn't make any sense because Overwatch League is trying to be as close to traditional sports as possible.
Yeah.
So by comparison,
in some ways, yeah.
in some ways,
format,
like,
yes.
in format, right? But so that'd be like going to like a football team and be like, okay, so all of you quarterbacks, you guys can't play quarterbacks. You guys are now going to be tackles. And
How fascinating
defense,
would that be, though, dude?
defense, you guys are running backs. And
Have a wide receiver be played by an offensive lineman, dude?
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't. To me, it doesn't
But,
make any sense.
With the rotation, I'm sure they're doing like 1 healer, 1
Yeah.
ADC,
Yeah,
one
yeah,
so
yeah.
it's not
It's
like
Well,
balanced,
yeah,
but
but still,
it
you
is
still
still-
have these players that have at least like 1 or 2 mains, and so
Yeah.
if
well, you
if
better
there's a
get
week,
good on another.
if there's a week where there's 2 mains, but see that's the point of being pro. See, I don't know. To me, it doesn't
Well,
make any sense.
so-
If you're a pro, you can pick up anything.
Not really.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
It's gonna force people because there are like some pretty notable one tricks, quote unquote, in the league that I guess 1 week and you don't know which week it's gonna be. That
Yeah.
guy's just gonna be like, sorry team, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna, just
I
gonna hang
guess-
out back here.
I guess it's going to be because like Shock, you guys have a lot of players.
Oh, we're not worried at all.
So
Yeah,
it's like
we got
if
10
something's banned, you
players.
guys like, all right, well
Yeah.
then you're in and you sit out this week.
You
So-
Okay, but
definitively
what's
know
the
if Widow's
ruling on
banned,
that?
ANS is just okay. He's
That's a
not
good
playing that
point.
week. Whatever, no biggie.
Yeah, put him on Hans. Like
Yeah.
for our team, and when you have one guy, imagine Rascal, for example,
Yeah, well,
who
he's chilling.
his stock just went way
Yeah.
up.
He's like,
And
all
you
right.
got guys like Sinatra who are
Yeah.
world class on at least 4 different DPS. So our team going into this, and like any team should, you got to be ready for whatever they throw at you.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be ready for any meta and be
Yeah.
more than competent on any hero. And I think our team is. So like while everyone else was sweating, internally we were like, yeah, this is really weird. It's going to create some probably unnecessary drama, maybe even a few losses you wouldn't have got if you know, because anything could happen or surprise you. But it really is, I think, what above anything, players are great, but coaches are really going to be important.
Well, and like a specific type of coach, like when you had like the GOATS meta for 3/4 of the season, like you had to perfect this one particular play style, and so like that was if you're like really good at like the split second, like okay, in this particular instance you do this instead of this. Like, that's very different from, like, okay, if they pick this, you instead pick the other thing.
Yeah.
But I think as a spectator, it's going to be incredible because, like, I really didn't like when something dragged on too long.
Yeah.
But, like, if we're switching it up, I would have liked something a little bit more subtle than this ridiculous stuff. But
how soon in advance do teams know who's banned?
1 week.
1 week in advance?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's
the Sunday before, basically.
That's not bad.
But, like... Okay, well, never mind.
Luckily,
I was like, what happens the day
for the Overwatch League, there's going to be an acclimation period. I don't believe this kicks until March.
7th.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are going to get, fairly regular stuff this weekend in Dallas, which I'm just glad it's back, to be honest.
Oh,
like it felt like an eternity. Other news we got, there was some roster reveals. We saw different organizations take very different approaches.
All right, I feel like Cory can't really say a whole lot at this point.
I mean, there's some creative differences I wouldn't have made.
So,
Kyle.
LA Valiant.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll let Kyle
decided to...
I'm
the unbiased
for Cory's
party.
sake.
Yeah. This is not representative of any opinion of any of the...
My opinions are my own, they're not of NRG or the SF Shock.
No, LA Valiant just spoofed the SpongeBob intro with, like, the...
It was
lowest budget...
Well, see,
the animation was very well done.
Yeah, it was well done.
But the song itself, they had some just kind of like stock music, and then they played that while someone sang over the actual tune.
Yeah,
it was
musically. It was hard to listen to.
Yeah.
Creatively, they took a big swing.
They took. We don't know if it was a hit or not, but they took a swing.
They went for it.
I appreciate big swings. Like I've been there. I've made them. Especially season 1 Shock. We had to get creative.
That's true.
When you're not winning, and you got to do something to keep them likes coming through, and you got to keep your fans entertained. At the end of the day, this whole thing is entertainment.
I think it's fair to say though that your guys' big swings, whether it was at the SF Shock or the NRG, you guys both usually hit. Like, I'd say 8 times out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, because it's conservative. You you take the safest, biggest swing you can. You don't.
Sometimes you have to bunt, and that's okay.
Sometimes you bunt. This was a massive swing, and
I actually know baseball terminology.
Yeah, right.
This was the batter pointing where he was going to aim the ball. And then get ready for this.
Yeah.
The one thing too is they doubled down on it the next day, which was like a post that had their video side by side with the original one, and it's like, hey, guess what? In case you missed it, this was actually
super subtle reference.
Yeah, this is a super subtle hint to the SpongeBob SquarePants intro theme song, and which I think is the best play at that point when you kind of went through. I hope they don't do something like that again.
Yeah.
Like, personally,
you live and you learn, I guess.
Here's my take and how I've ran things. Like, the players are they're the heroes. They're the stars of the league. And to a degree, you want to meme and have fun if that's their thing. Like, when you have Super, who's, memes all the time in his community, that's like his thing. They make fun of the size of his big brain, and they make the size of his forehead, and he embraces it and he uses it to his advantage. Guy like Sinatra, for example, though, like, I don't even like doing the alien things anymore, because to me he's the greatest to play the game.
Like, that is his thing. Is he's like the LeBron. Like, LeBron's not making jokes. He's just kind of like,
he's winning.
That's his type. Is he's just good, and like But even like the Valiant dudes, like their Twitters are hilarious.
They're
trying to utilize them in some sort of ways, and I think they're still trying to figure it out, because like Apply and KSF and Gig are like just so out there.
Yeah, they're a content machine. Even Kusta last year with the Kusta News Network, like Valiant takes.
Oh yeah.
They take big swings. Yeah. They have a great company and behind them in Immortals who's really good at content, and they have facilities like their own campus to make all this stuff. So if you have it, use it. I wouldn't have made those choices then. But at the same day, within hours of each other, the NYXL put out a masterpiece.
Dude, the graphic designer, like OWL graphic designer community, are like, bro, I don't even understand how they did what they did, because they got like custom animations and skins with like VFX on them with accents for each, player's like signature hero.
Unreal.
And like they also like every single player on that team just has like just so much swag to them. When they just walk, they just have this presence that like other teams haven't been able to like get that like cool factor with their players.
Yeah.
Like some have just been like kind of cringy when they did like the cool thing, like standing on a rooftop with their arms crossed.
They pulled it off.
Like they make it work. Like no one else seems to be able to make it work that well.
It was the Scorsese of roster reveals. You just look at it from my perspective. I go, cha-ching, like holy shit, that was a lot of money to produce this piece of content that's gonna get I mean, one pass. Hopefully they'll use it like in their arena. I would use it every day. If I made that and I put that money into it, it would be on the timeline, retweeted. Hey, by the way, did you see this? It wasn't a reference to shit, it was just good.
It was just good.
Yeah.
Like the Atlanta Reign Phoenix. They used it for their homestand, and I'm like, take a shot every time they reuse that same Phoenix animation.
I ain't gonna hate, man. I've been there. You spend money and you're proud of something, I'm gonna show you every 2 minutes.
I will not doubt that's so expensive.
No, but yeah, NYXL killed it, and there was a slew of other ones. But it's just exciting. It's just more stuff to talk about. Every team has their own approach. We'll see how it goes. I mean, the stature affects the team. Like I guarantee you, 100%, if Valiant win the championship this year or something crazy, they won't be joking around that next year.
Yeah.
There's just a different way you have to approach things. And the last but not least, the San Francisco Shock announced a new vice president to their organization.
I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not a huge fan.
know.
Yeah, I was gonna say this guy's a little sus. I've had
Bit of a hack, but
it was awesome. So the San Francisco Shock, I've been grinding super hard the last couple weeks. A buddy of mine, Drew, left the organization, and he and I were like duo, Batman and Robin. I was, probably Robin, and he was kicking ass, and he, put in his 2 weeks and left, and they handed over a lot of his responsibilities, broke it up to some people in the org, and I got a lion's share of like the marketing and stuff doing with the ticket sales and events. And, before I was VP of content, but now just kind of with all the other responsibilities, Andy Miller, graciously offered me the title of just Vice President Shock. And it's a whole new animal of responsibilities. It's everywhere I want it to be. And it definitely wouldn't have happened without Video Game Bang, which is, just awesome, because I think about the journey of this show, interviewing Andy, 3.5 years ago or whatever it was.
Yeah.
The one guest I didn't book, that David Webb. So in everything, I owe David everything.
That's
Well,
wild.
I mean,
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but
I booked every guest except Andy, and that was the one that ended up changing my life. So
That's wild.
that was crazy because I was like, hey, you guys hear like one of the owners of the Kings apparently owns the esports team. Like,
yeah.
like that'd be cool if we could have him on.
And I was just like, yeah, whatever, cool, get him, David.
Right,
See if he'll DM him. And now knowing Andy, 100%, he answers every DM, he sees everything, and he's really passionate.
Yeah.
So of course he did the show. Like, before I was like, why would he do the show? Like,
this is crazy. Why is he even? And then that's when he announced about the job opening.
Yep.
I think you worked on your resume as we wrapped up the show.
I did, immediately sent it the day after, and it's just been a wild ride. So I'm excited for what the new journey is going to take. VGB is obviously always going to be my passion and love, and I'm going to do it for as long as possible. But, expect some changes. I can't be wilding out like I used to as much. Like I have a public facing, so
Get a suit and tie job that you...
No more circle jerk jokes, Like
That's tonight.
Yeah.
That was the last one. That was the end.
Last one.
We'll get them all out right now.
Last one. But thank you, everybody who's been supportive online. Like, I didn't realize there was going to be such a positive response. I didn't think that many people even knew who I was, so it was an honor. What else? You know what's been pretty great? Super Bowl commercials this year.
Yeah.
Super Bowl commercial.
We can talk about the Super Bowl. This is geek culture kind of related. I had vested interest just because it's a local team. Whenever your local team is in there, you got to pay a little extra attention. And then J-Lo, investor for Energy Esports, SF Shock was the halftime.
You had to watch.
It all comes back around, man.
We were thinking about it, like we have our company Slack, and it had Michael Strahan in the pre-show stuff. He's an investor. A-Rod was in like a bunch of commercials.
Yeah.
J-Lo was in there. Shaq popped up on something. Like,
okay, well, hang on for a second though. Like J-Lo, like pole danced. If she can pole dance, she's an investor. I think you can make circle jerk jokes. I think you're safe. I think you're gonna be okay.
I mean, pole dancing is like an art, you know.
They're
So's comedy.
it to the Olympics, I think.
Calling this comedy is very, very high
It's
praise.
loose. It's loose.
Very loose. I feel like when you're in content, especially for what we do, I'm watching it through meme eyes.
Oh, dude.
You're just watching every commercial saying like,
knew
oh,
it,
is that going to be a meme? Is that a meme? Nope. Like that kid from the Justin Timberlake performance who was like on his phone, not paying attention.
Yeah.
It's always the least thing you expect. This year, the big winning meme, I think, was
Shakira.
Yeah.
She was Vitas.
I
Y'all
saw-
know who Vitas is?
Yes.
Who's
Yes,
that?
the Russian
Vitas.
dude, right?
She is
Yes.
What is that? Is that a league
He's
character?
a Russian pop singer
And
who has
he
a
always
very falsetto voice.
And he does that with his tongue?
Yeah.
And I was like, she is freaking Vitas.
I like what was it? Oh, G Fuel. Like motion like a G Fuel cup over the microphone. And so she's just like holding the G Fuel cup
Yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, oh, there it is.
There's the meme.
one.
2020.
That's the man.
We always have like an internal competition of like who could come up with the big banger, Super Bowl tweet. And I think last year it was a SpongeBob Sweet Victory, ended up being it because they kind of memed it or whatever. And, and
they
Maroon 5
wanted it to
kinda
be
sucked.
performed there. Yeah.
And so this time, right when I saw that, I messaged, Twitch clip that. I don't know what for yet, and we'll come up with something. And then like 2 weeks ago, Scump from our Call of Duty team had this Twitch clip where he did the same thing with his tongue.
Oh.
And so we did a side-by-side who did it better.
Who did it better?
yeah.
Banged.
Oh, dang.
It absolutely banged. Everyone jumped on that train, so that was definitely a good one. But actually, like overall, that was a great halftime performance. Like
It was.
I
It
could
was
not.
good. Yeah.
I couldn't. Shakira was not playing those drums.
Dude, none of
No.
what you saw was a thing. Like everything was and like rightfully so. Like when the Chili Peppers, they got like a bunch of flack for doing that. For,
When the
fake
bass
playing.
wasn't even plugged in.
And they're like, listen, they literally roll the stage out in
Yeah.
like 5 minutes. Nothing is plugged in, or else it would be a nightmare. It would just sound terrible.
But
Yeah.
I would say like this happens with everybody too. Like even I saw it was a pretty funny video of like the Beatles reunion type of thing, and it was Ringo and surprise on stage with Paul McCartney, and Paul McCartney's real drummer was like behind a curtain playing it. And they just kind of pulled out Ringo to be on the drums, kind of,
That's funny.
And so it was totally like a thing like that where Shakira's doing around sticking her tongue and stuff, and then next thing you know, she's on a drum looking so awkward, and then they cut away from her right when they do some fill, and I was like, bull fucking shit! I got really mad for some reason.
Yeah,
Well, because you're a drummer.
Yeah, that had something to do with it.
I think I like the memes where she's wearing her same outfit that she wears in Zootopia.
Yes.
I didn't
love
see that one.
You didn't see that one?
No.
It's like she's apparently like an antelope or something like that in
and she's
Zootopia.
wearing the
And it's the
same
same damn outfit, like side by side, the same.
That's continuity right there.
It is.
As far as Super Bowl commercials, any that you guys liked?
Kapak.
Kapak.
Or Smart Pack.
I didn't
Pack.
get it though. I'm not like from there,
It's
so to
just
me,
the
it was-
Boston accent is the joke.
And the
Okay.
three of them are from Boston, I think. So it was just that, yeah.
Chris
I respected
Evans,
it.
John
Sonata.
Krasinski, and I don't remember her name.
Essence.
Rachel Dratch.
Yeah, from
Oh,
SNL.
Rachel Dratch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the freaking peanut commercial? And I was like, why are y'all trying
They
to
told
up
a story with that. It was
Baby Yoda?
wild.
I don't
Oh,
like
they were trying
those
to
commercials.
I hated
that
that.
have too much narrative. Like
No,
the
the
Yeah.
little baby peanut.
Well, they had
Yeah.
to kill Mr. Peanut
They
like 2
killed
weeks
him.
ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
With
see,
the
I
falling
missed
off
that.
the
And
cliff.
they weren't gonna air this commercial because of
Yeah.
and so they were like, we're not gonna air it or whatever, and they ended up airing it, and now it's like, it's a baby peanut, and it's like, no, you're not Baby Yoda. Go home.
See, I didn't get
Pack
baby.
up your
You
bag.
know what?
I think
You
Baby
nailed
Yoda.
it. You
I got-
nailed it. That's why they did it, 100%.
Baby
They're like,
Yoda?
oh, Baby Yoda's hot. Let's make a baby peanut.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, I didn't
But
get baby
get
baby
this.
Yoda. I got baby Groot.
Right as the commercial aired,
all the
because I
same,
was
man.
like focused on Twitter, also like looking at all the tweets. They tweeted out like a live stream tweet where you could watch the baby peanut like grow up.
Oh,
kind of
God.
thing.
Oh my
and
gosh.
it was live, and so it's like animated. He's like walking around playing this baby piano, all this stuff, and it was just like, no, that's not what I'm here for. I don't want this. I want Baby Yoda.
They
can't-
swung big.
You know,
They swung big.
speaking of big swings, the was it for detergent or something? What was the Charlie Day one?
Oh yeah, it
It was
for
like
Tide.
Tide or something.
Oh my
Laundry
God!
later.
How much money they spent in
Yeah.
They
conceptualizing
did,
it and making
like
it crossover.
4 or 5 different spots.
Yeah, they
Even
did.
after the Super Bowl, like when the Masked Singer was on, it played into that.
Yeah,
Like,
but
God.
Tide did that one year too with
David Harbour.
David Harbour.
But that was the best year because that was actually funny. This year, I was like, "What are y'all doing?"
See,
was so
I love
confused.
Charlie Day, and by the end of the first commercial,
I
I,
just
was
hate
just
it,
like,
yeah.
"Fuck this thing, it's
Yeah.
over."
I didn't actually pay attention to each one of those, but I liked the concept of when it goes from commercial to commercial to commercial. Like the David Harbour one, it would be like a commercial for Mr. Clean, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
he pops in with this. It's like
Yeah.
it's like
Dude,
cross promoting.
Those are weird ones when they
That's
had
cool. It's
like
crossover.
19 different things on the
On one thing,
like
I
they
saw
did this
that.
like weird
Oh,
collaboration.
yeah.
It's
It
like
got weird,
The
like
Axe guy, not the Axe guy, but the other
the Old Spice guy.
Old
He
Spice
was in there too.
guy,
You had,
it was,
you had
Mr.
Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean, yeah.
Sophia V.
Yeah.
From Modern Family.
Yeah.
These commercials for this
was
year,
weird, dude.
the cost that it just gets pulled up here is $5.6 million
yeah.
to run a Super Bowl
Dang. Oh, wait,
Just to get the spot, right?
Yeah.
Not
Wow.
even
to produce.
4 actors
Yeah.
getting the CGI, just to like, hey, I want to put a thing here.
Yep.
so
insane.
we talked about Smopak.
Smart pack.
All right, second favorite was, I think it was Doritos. I don't remember what it was
Yeah, it
for,
was
but I'm pretty sure it's
Doritos. Old Town
Doritos.
Road, yeah.
Old Town Road
That was the best.
with Lil Nas X and Sam Elliott.
Oh, that
I
was
like,
really good.
oh
The
my
mustache
God.
wave?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like,
I
oh.
was like, I'm done.
That was really good. Their other commercial too was pretty pretty bold. They had 2 commercials this year. They had that one that made a big deal out of not using the logo. Did you see that one?
No, I don't remember that one.
Oh,
That
I didn't
one-
see that one, but I've seen, like, they've been doing that commercial for a while.
Oh, have they really?
Yeah.
Okay, it was new to me, and it
Wait,
was
what was
like they have this commercial where basically they describe a Dorito but don't put a logo, and through the commercial they're like, yeah, we don't need a logo on this commercial. And,
Yeah.
What?
yeah.
Like the bags of chips that they're eating out of, it's not like,
like
there's nothing on it.
plain.
It's just a red bag or a blue bag.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
The funny thing is you know what it is though.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean-
what other good ones did they have? We got some gaming love in the
Dude.
beginning thing when
so
Tim the
hyped.
Tap Man ended up on there.
Yeah, like that wasn't even just like a commercial. That was like the Super Bowl intro promo video. When
How-
they're like
Yeah.
they showed this great story of this kid who got the football and they run and he's like running through the whole everything and throwing it to people and they're all getting involved. And then Tim the Tap Man is just sitting on a tractor telling, "Take it home, kid," or whatever.
Yeah.
And he
That's
just
pretty
kept
cool.
going.
Yeah.
And it was just like just a casual thing. It's just some guy who plays video games for a living is now like
And a Super Bowl.
like
Incredibly
an icon.
smart though, because like everyone was talking about that
Yeah.
on video game Twitter. You know,
Yeah,
everyone,
yeah.
everyone blew up with that.
What about the I think it was the Sbarro or some hummus, and it was
Yeah.
like all the meme people
Yeah.
from like different memes.
Oh,
across
I might have
the-
missed that
yeah.
one. I like
That one was
the
good.
Rocket Mortgage one with Jason Momoa though.
That was
probably
I couldn't
See, I
care
missed
less
that
that
one.
Rocket Mortgage, but like I was like, what, how does that under like that was just a great commercial, and then also it's brought to you by this people. I'm like, okay, whatever, but like it was such a good.
that one was memes right there. Too.
Yeah,
Overall, when it was all said and done, it was the Chiefs, right?
Chiefs,
I don't even
yeah.
remember who was playing. There was 49ers and
The
some
one
other red team.
sports team and the other sports team outsports.
That was
with
it was
the
a
ball.
disappointing end though, because it was like halfway through the fourth quarter, all of a sudden the 49ers are like,
Yeah,
that
they
sounds
got
really good. Those
they got
videos.
mentally boomed. We can bring it all back to esports, man. They got mental.
They got
boomed.
boomed, and I was like, what, did you guys forget you guys were playing?
Just throwing interceptions randomly. I don't even care
was
about
just-
football. But that was
yeah.
just
Yeah, it was pretty terrible.
sloppy.
Yeah.
They got spawn camped.
Oh, what do you know? It's
Camp.
the Whatcha Playin theme song. Whoa! Catches me off guard every single time. That is, of course, the Whatcha Playin theme song where we go round robin. If you guys didn't know, I usually keep track. And Kyle's actually in the lead right now based off of his Whatcha Playin history. So we'll start with him. Kyle, what you been playing?
What?
Yeah, there's been a point system.
Oh, gosh. Oh, jeez. I've been playing Escape from Tarkov.
Oh my God, more points for you. Explain the game because this is a new one. It's one of those beta games, right?
Yeah, it's been in early access for like 4 years, but it's weird.
It's popping off lately. What's the difference between this one and like the battle royales that are popular?
It's a loot game where you go in, do a thing, you steal some stuff, you kill some people, and you have to get out. And if you die, you lose everything that you got and everything that you brought in. And it's very, very, like, simulator-y. So if you get shot in the leg, you start limping. You got to med your leg up, and you make a ton of noise, and you can, like, crouch and go really, really slow and just play. Like, if you get shot in the head once, you're done.
Dang.
And so you'll just be, like, you know, on like right before you're at the exit point, you're like, all right, I got a giant backpack full of cool stuff. Bam! Got a headshot. Like, okay, well.
Everything's gone.
Yeah, it's just gone.
So
neat.
What's cool about this one, it feels like in most battle royales, you're just trying to be the sole survivor or the sole team surviving. In this one, how many people drop?
It depends on the map. I think it's between like 16 and like 20, like between 8 and like 30-ish.
So it's not one of those massive ones.
No, it's not like you're not like seeing people every so often. It's like you're like, oh my God, I got. Then you gotta hide in a bush. It's kind of like when you're playing like Rust or like. Some of those kind of games.
Interesting.
And that you're like, and you can play in every different way. Like you can play like Shroud and just run around with an M4 and just get 30 kills, or you could play like an absolute snake and just hide in a corner like I did yesterday. Literally sat in a corner, got 4 kills, just waiting until someone walked into this warehouse, went bam, got him once, and that was it.
I was about to play this game and then 100% just decided not to because I have a feeling there's a lot more U's than Shrouds on there.
Oh yeah. A little bit. I mean, you just got you take the bad with the good. There's high highs, low lows.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard? Speaking of battle royales, have you guys heard of Cuisine Royale?
Oh, dude.
No, what is this?
All right,
wild.
I know very little about it. We were talking about it in our vast staff meeting the other day, and apparently, there's of the many different cuisine references. One of the weapons is like a meat tenderizer.
Stop.
Huh?
Right.
What
And it
is this
boosts
called?
your
I need to
speed.
look at it.
Cuisine Royale. It looks like PUBG. Like it looks very similar to PUBG.
The graphics are really good. It looks like randomly kind of high production.
It does, like higher grade PUBG. I would put it at.
But the
higher grade.
Do you want to talk about the armor? Do you know the armor bit?
I don't know the armor bit.
Okay,
All
do what you gotta do.
All right, let me do the meat tenderizer,
Okay.
then you take the armor.
Yeah.
So the meat tenderizer gives you a speed boost, and we're like just like faster than a speeding bullet, right? And because you're going so fast, it's basically a one shot. So Trey, one of the owners of Vast, was saying he was watching a clip where this guy, he pulls out the meat tenderizer and it just starts whipping through the map and just takes out entire teams because he's going too fast. They can't shoot him, and he's just boom, 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 and then just takes them out.
Can I know what other weapons are allowed? Like, do you get?
I don't know.
Yeah, no,
all I know is the meat. But the med pack. It looks like you might know more about this game than I do.
I've seen a playthrough like 2 years ago.
So the med pack. It looks like you walk around with like a IV, like sticking out of your backpack. This big ass IV coming out, and then you're like have this blood bag that's going in to try and heal you. I promise you, that's what it looks like. I could be wrong. I watched very little of this, but based off of my very little knowledge, it looks like that's what it is.
Like I've seen that.
What's the armor?
It's got like a bunch of regular guns too. It's got like
it's
got like
all regular
MP44,
guns,
like World War II era stuff.
That doesn't make it.
But as well, you run around picking up pots and pans as the armor. And so like you go pick up like a soup pot and put that on your head, and you've got like tier 3 helmet now. And you've got a couple of pans you strap to your legs, and you've got leg armor, so if you get shot in the leg, it bounces off.
Oh damn, that guy has a Rachel Ray pan. That's god tier armor right there.
It is yeah.
Lexie, what you been playing?
Still Chasm. Did I say it right?
Chasm.
I can't.
If you're gonna play the game, learn to say it.
Chasine.
Are there chameleons in that game?
There are.
Is that?
I'm sorry, I got to.
I'm really bad with words. Okay.
Is that a single player game? How many hours do you think you're into it, and how many do you got left?
It is single player. I probably have a long ways to go because again, it's like Dark Souls ish. Because
Okay.
like once you die, unless you have been at a save point, then that's it. Like you lose. you
Oh,
know?
okay.
So yeah. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. It's fun. Been playing League too.
And how's your journey going? Was it a patch updates? There's some League stuff going on, right?
It's not going. But it's only because my
Okay,
freaking
actually,
evil sucks.
Full
But, there's a
disclosure,
patch.
I knew the answer before asking because before the show we were looking at like League of Legends stat trackers and we're like, oh Lexie, let's see your stats. Oh,
I have-
She reaches under, unplugs the PC. Oh shit! There's a power outage.
Okay,
Looks like your PC
I
crashed.
have good stats from last year, but since I just started back playing, I'm trying to. Up
gotta
my
work
stats
your way-
for this
I get
shit.
that.
Yeah, but
That's okay because right afterwards we went to my Overwatch stats and I have one character where I'm
Yeah.
God tier and then it's like, oh, let's not look at any other characters. Yeah, if Moira's not in the hero pool,
Oh,
I'm not playing
taking
Overwatch.
a
I was like,
Yeah.
you're fucked.
We're taking a break.
You're done.
but yeah, there's a new patch. There's a few champion nerfs, and a few champion buffs, and then I think they're coming out with like some new skins around like Valentine's Day that are
Ooh.
like themed for like 4 or 5. They usually drop like 4 or 5 different character skins per. I'm trying to say semester, but per like quarter or something. I don't know how they work it out, but yeah. So there's a few Valentine's Day, and I actually have one for the character I play. So pretty
Alright.
excited about that. But yeah, y'all will catch me on the Rift.
You're
when
gonna
I'm
start
back.
streaming, right?
Okay, so I forgot my computer. You guys, I play on a laptop.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
I
but
was
it's
gonna,
League. You can play League on the toaster.
Yeah.
But that, you
I
can't
used to
stream.
play on a MacBook. Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, so I was gonna bring my laptop so Cory could help me
And you
with
forgot.
figuring out whatever the crap I need to stream. But we will get this going.
We will. That's our mission for
That's this month.
for 2020.
This month we'll get it figured out so y'all can watch me play League.
I been playing. So I had a moment of clarity. I love Apex. I love Overwatch. Those are like my 2 games that I go to. And then I've been playing a lot of the free games off of the Epic Game Store when I haven't been playing those. But I was online with our social media guy, Jake. And me and him were just getting destroyed in the most unfair way where I was getting tilted to the point where I was convinced everybody's cheating. Like that's where my mind was.
Bots.
Yeah, everyone's a bot. Everyone's fucking cheating.
You're
like,
fake news.
nobody-
You're fake news.
Nobody aims like that. Who is that? Is that Booga? Like, no. So we ended up, I was like, bro, I got to play Minecraft. Something is calling me. That song started playing in my head, you know, the Minecraft like theme song.
Yeah.
And so
Wait,
I
what?
dished out the $7 to start a realm,
Ooh.
which is awesome. Like you can download, it's all included in their little launcher. It's crossplay.
Oh yeah.
And I went to all my old Minecraft buddies back at my last job. There's a lot of downtime, and we got really into Minecraft. So I messaged them all. I was like, boys, we're back in business. Here's the link.
Oh, that's so
And now I'm
sick.
playing with like coworkers I had 10 years ago.
That's so sick.
I just picture this montage of all these people like getting it and they're all
Yeah.
lining up, and
Yeah.
the boys are back in town that's playing over it.
And all it is just the sound of like dirt blocks breaking.
Yeah.
It's not even exciting.
Okay,
Full
Cory,
montage. Man.
Have you played Terraria and have you played Starbound?
I have played both of those games
Yeah.
for like 10 minutes.
I played Starbound.
Starbound is so fun.
That's
I
good.
played Starbound, got really into it, figured it out,
It's so
went on my first big mining expedition, died and lost everything, and quit.
Why didn't you go back? Because in space, in
Nobody can hear you
Starbound,
scream.
You can actually go back and get your stuff.
I was so like, you can teleport back there. Or do you have to walk all the way back?
You have to walk back.
Yeah, no, I was far from where I was supposed to be, and I knew I was
you gotta
never
have
gonna.
that dedication.
I was playing permadeath mode. I was like,
Oh.
when I die, it's
Never
over.
mind.
I'm never playing again.
Never playing again. When you die, the game gets deleted, and that's permadeath.
I'm having so much fun though. We're just kind of regressing into Minecraft. It's therapeutic. Like that music. I got kind of sick of it, so now I actually open up a second tab and go to like lo-fi remixes of Minecraft
go.
songs, and it's been a lot better. And then just the stuff you get into. Like I finally got enough to make an iron golem, built him, and then the first thing he did was ran away. So I was like, oh well, that was a waste of like
gotta
all
build
my
a wall.
iron block.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was trying to do like a free range type of thing.
Yeah.
Rookie
Like,
mistake.
you know,
No,
What
you
a
gotta
freedom.
have a wall,
Yeah.
and he guards your village.
I'm gonna start doing some more Minecraft streams and stuff though. But it's been awesome. I recommend it. It's always good to revisit old games, especially one as iconic
Is Minecraft?
as Minecraft was.
Yeah.
Wow, man, we've just been ripping through stuff. So we got a couple news stories we can talk about.
Should I talk about what I've been playing, or
No.
all right?
Oh, I thought you did. I thought you were playing Cuisine Royale.
No, I just heard about the game.
Oh, this isn't
just
what have you
passive.
heard about. This is what you're playing. The rules were clear. David, negative points.
All right, hang on, wait. Replay the song so I know what to do.
Let's see. Here we go. What you playing? What you playing?
Oh, but this
what you
doesn't explain
playing?
the rules.
What you playing? What you playing? Those are the lyrics.
See, I need the one where it explains the rules.
You've been on the show for 6 years, so like, I don't know how you...
Not relevant. I've been playing Star Wars Fallen Jedi.
You've been
Fallen Order
okay.
Jedi.
How far have you gotten in that one? You've got to have passed me up by now.
I'm on the Wookiee planet.
You're way past me. Kashyyyk?
Kashyyyk.
Yep.
And I'm trying to get into the base. It's a fun game. I like it.
I heard the Wookiee graphics were subpar.
Okay, so we talked about this the last time me and Emma were on the show,
Yeah.
which was like 4 years ago.
She said the Wookiees look like shit.
So so I think this is where it's like a bad, medium, good situation where she's playing on a launch edition Xbox One.
Yeah.
I'm on Xbox One S, and then you're playing on PC. So the Wookiees probably look at least as good as they did in 1970 for you.
Oh, okay.
God.
For me, it looks it looks like maybe I'm playing on GameCube.
That's not really a good thing.
No,
That's not great.
But they're fully texturized, unlike Emma, where they're just gray blobs.
Okay.
So give and take a little bit, but yeah, no. I've been having fun with it, and I've actually been playing Modern Warfare, Call of Duty.
Oh, the new one.
The new one. My cousin really likes playing it, so I got it so I could play with him. And then if he's not online, then I just do story mode. So
Yeah.
they got some glitches in that game.
It was my wife's my father-in-law's birthday this week, and he turned 70. So it's always been like an adjustment thing because my wife's dad is 70, my dad is like 30 or something like that.
Wow.
Actually, I'm 30, so like, at this point, I think he's like sick.
But,
He's
yeah.
like, how old is he? Maybe 50. Like he's
Okay.
like he's not very much older. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, so his adjustment, getting used to like older parents. And
I know,
he's
yeah.
usually it's the same thing every time. And this time we go over there and he opens up his present and it was an Xbox One.
What?
No.
Yeah. He got an Xbox One.
Did you get it for him?
No. And like he was super excited
That's
about it was the
sick.
thing. Like
Awesome.
so he got like some headphones and stuff. And
Dang.
so that
He's
was like
gonna be streaming next week.
Oh, yeah, right?
that was the most bonding I think we've ever had was like me setting up his Xbox One, getting
Yeah.
him logged
So
in,
cool.
explaining how Xbox Gold, games with gold and all these gold things work. And I got him Apex because he was like, he didn't have any games yet.
Yeah.
So he was like, what are free?
Gotta get him started in real early.
I was
huh?
like, let's get Apex
Yeah,
going.
dude.
Get Apex going. Let's get
Right.
Fortnite. Let's do this.
Yeah, so that was actually really cool. I'll be tracking
Dang.
that progress, and
That
I might
is
have
so
a new duo partner in Apex.
New
here
segment
pretty
on the
soon.
show, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now we can move on.
Yeah, we can move on. Let's go to the news stories. Google Stadia. The launch was not great. In fact,
I didn't know it launched.
exactly. That's
So there you go.
that's the tragedy. It was kind of hyped. It's always interesting when a new person jumps into the fold, but it's not like a game changer anymore. It's not a new console. This thing was just going to play all the games everything else plays, but
Right.
you don't need a console.
Well, that like the thing that why most people play consoles is either because of cost and then because of exclusives. Like I am very much like as soon as I get my tax return back, I'm buying a PlayStation because like I have never played the Spider-Man or God of War,
Oh, yeah,
Last of
yeah,
Us.
yeah.
Like there's all these incredible games. Like that is why Sony sells so many is because they have all these amazing games that like you can only play these games if you come to our team. But
Wait,
like they
said
don't
we
have
need
anything
the news
cool.
Theme. Is there a theme song for the news?
We do have a new theme song. Who requested that? Is that Lost Sheep in the chat?
Lost Sheep.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Oh, it's not the one I thought it was. It's the OG new song. Copyright infringement.
Is that right?
Webb's telling the news. Yeah, I made it 18 seconds because it's not technically copyright infringement until 19 seconds. Little known fact. I'm pretty sure that's not true.
No, it's actually 30. I learned this in a music industry class. Yeah.
Oh, let's remix. Let's keep it going.
This changes everything.
I know, right?
Verse number 2.
Next week's theme song is legit just going to be Old Town Road.
Yeah.
The first 29 seconds of it.
I can't.
So yeah, we're talking about Google Stadia, and they came out with like a statement kind of addressing finally the lackluster appeal and launch and everything. They said, "We understand the desire to hear more specifics on games. After all, that's what this is about. The games. Of course, not all 120 titles will be announced by the Stadia team, as we leave it up to the publishers to make the announcements about their IPs and games, which platforms they will appear on, just as we will do with exclusive content coming to Stadia. There are a lot of reasons for the time of those game announcements, anything from planned promotions or events, title readiness, proximity to the first playable demo, shareholder requirements, etc. We continue to work closely with our publishing and developing partners and are here to support them in all areas. We are excited to share more and about the exclusives coming soon." That was a big non-answer.
That was a big.
Love
We
PR.
don't know what's gonna be on Google Stadia.
Yeah.
And it's a little disappointing. Like, go out there and make it happen. Then you're fucking Google.
Yeah.
And so they either just don't respect you. You know, if they're going to go to the game developer and be like, "Hey, you told us that Cyberpunk 2077 was going to be out in March." And they're going to say, "Well, fuck you. It's coming out in September.
Yeah.
Suck it." But we had a media. No, we don't care. The game's not ready. You know, it's. Or what else could it be? They just, maybe someone just dropped the ball and they aren't pushing people enough. I honestly have no clue. And they've lost the moment. I think it doesn't really matter what happens from this point.
Well, I think the problem they're going to have is that there are other companies that are trying to do it, like Microsoft. They're coming out with their own version where you can play your Xbox games anywhere.
Yeah.
And it's already out on beta for Android phones and Android tablets. And so what's going to end up happening is Google Stadia is going to be in this stasis of waiting for games to come on their platform. In the meantime, other companies like Microsoft are just going to pick up the ball and run and, take over the fourth quarter and win the
Other
championship.
companies that have like a nice up, which is crazy because one of the coolest things about Stadia and hearing the story we talked about earlier with YouTube gaming is that YouTube's really dedicating to video games. And one of the coolest features was going to be like you could be watching a YouTube video of Assassin's Creed. And if you're a Stadia member, you're like, "Oh, that's pretty dope." You can click that button and load that instance of the game in that exact situation and see how you do.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, they had some really cool ideas. Or like, for example, I could be to a spot, I can't beat this.
Right.
I could tweet a link to it. David, as a Stadia user, clicks my link on Twitter. It opens up a new window of Assassin's Creed.
Right.
And he could record himself playing it, show me how he did it.
Or you can look up YouTube videos from that point.
Yeah.
And it opens up. It's just like...
It was really cool.
Yeah, it was a really good concept, and I really liked how they were going to integrate it across the board. But...
Twitch has similar opportunities, I believe, with Amazon pushing behind them if they got it together.
Do you think Amazon would ever make a console?
I don't think they'd make a physical
I don't
console.
think they would.
No.
Yeah.
No, because their hardware is not... I mean, besides the Kindle,
The
the
Echo.
basic Kindle,
The Echo 1X.
the Echo 1X,
What I
Echo Game.
think
Actually,
Game. Yeah. There you go.
copyright David Webb 2000.
they'll probably end up doing exactly the
Alexa
same thing
gaming.
because they're so big on their web server. Like they have AWS is
Oh,
they're
yeah, it's
hosting for
huge.
everything.
Everything's
and they also
hosted
have
on-
their own game engine, Lumberyard, which is very multiplayer focused. And so I'm thinking they may do something with that, massive multiplayer, but all server based. So it's like Stadia, but also WoW or something. Would
Yeah.
be the closest thing that they would do. I would think.
They made a push there for a minute with Crossy Roads and stuff, right? Didn't they make a huge mobile push a couple years ago?
Crossy Road?
Yeah,
Oh my
and they
God, I
tried to
love
have an
Crossy Road.
esport game too. It was not Brawlhalla, but it was some crazy game. We even had a team, I think, for a week. I can't
Is it
remember.
Vainglory or is it something else?
No, it wasn't
I still
Vainglory.
have Crossy Road on my phone, guys.
Crossy
That's
Road's
so
Crossy
dope.
Road's the bomb,
It's
diggity.
the bomb. It's that
Yeah.
Dave and
Okay.
Buster's.
Yeah, it is legit.
If it's at Dave and Buster's, you've made it.
Nintendo announces officially no new console in 2020, which we expected. I think that's good.
I mean, how old is the Switch? Like 2, 3? Oh no, I guess it came. Oh my god, it came out.
But you're forgetting it's 2020 and everybody has to announce a new console every other year. It's not like back in my day when we had the Xbox 360 for 20 years.
Oh, we were happy about it.
You've
we
got to
loved
have
it.
90 different versions
snow?
of the same freaking console, even though it's the same thing. But
The
like,
red ring.
Xbox
Yeah.
Elite.
we put one more gig of RAM in there, so now it's the PlayStation 4.12.
Back in the Xbox 360, we only upgraded out of necessity
Yeah.
when Red Ring of Death, would murder the system, and then they made that new version.
Wait. You said you were gonna buy the new PlayStation. The
I'd
new
rather
PlayStation's
not
coming out.
wait 12 months and pay like $300 more.
But then you're gonna be
PlayStation-
sad when it comes out and it has better.
Just wait another
graphics or
while. I don't
something.
care. If I want to play better graphics, I have a computer. That's
Yeah.
That's true.
So they're not going to make a new console in 2020, which I think we expected. But also, another positive thing, Nintendo Switch has now sold more than 50 million units, more specifically 52.48 million units worldwide. And the game industry analysts are saying that this means that the Switch has officially passed the Xbox One in terms of total units sold, which is kind of ridiculous to think about it that way.
Yeah.
Like the Xbox One's been out for a minute.
It has been. It's been out
And
for years.
But it also flopped initially.
yeah.
Y'all remember when it always was on and you couldn't share games at all? And
Oh, yeah, I remember that. The whole always on thing was a really big thing for a while.
You know what? And I got to give Emma some props for this because she was upset that the new Xbox Series One XW, whatever the fuck they're calling the
Jesus
new one,
Christ.
is
Yeah, don't get me
that
started.
it didn't have a pass through for your cable box, like the
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that was like something that they tried to push before, like Xbox
oh
One
yeah, it
guide
was like your
TV
home
thing.
hub
Yeah.
for all your shit.
Right.
Yeah.
They gave up on that and the Kinect, but this one that my father-in-law got had that pass through, and they somehow still use cable. And they're like, "Oh, we need to get a splitter. It's gonna be a pain in the ass to hook this thing up." And I was like, "Hold on a minute, you might be safe." And I checked, and it had the fucking pass through.
Yeah.
Sick.
So Emma. All right. Last week I remember specifically saying, "Who the fuck would need that? Who uses this? It's archaic." Well, it saved my ass
All
the
people
other
play
night.
There you go.
Xbox still.
Yeah, totally. Well, that's the show, everybody. Thanks for listening. There was a lot to get through, and we will be back next week with more video game news. But to keep you entertained before then, you can check out my streams, twitch.tv/whatsuppizzas. I'm going to bring back my Bachelor Monday night streams. My wife's been going to watch The Bachelor, so that means that when the wife's away, the boys get to play. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be playing some Minecraft. David, when are you gonna come back to the stream world, man? We need you back.
I'm not. I'm officially hung up.
You've retired.
Yeah.
You're not
I've
going to
retired
join the
my stream.
Cuisine Royale Pro Circuit?
He
No.
He hung up the stream deck. It's
I
over.
hung up the stream deck.
It's over, boys.
It's over, boys. No, just casual gaming. But I discovered this new platform called TikTok.
Oh God.
I'm gonna be TikTok famous.
Brand
guys.
new website, huh?
Brand new website called TikTok.
You know that now you're on it, it's over.
It really becomes.
Oh my God! There's a perfect video that encapsulated the stages, and it's like, oh, it's kind of like Vine, right? Oh yeah, this is kind of dumb. I'm not gonna do this. And you like watch a video. Oh, that one's kind of funny. Oh yeah, actually these are pretty good. And it's like, all right, I'm gonna make my own one. And then it's like by the end of the video, you're like, why don't people like my videos? Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
It's all about Byte now. Anyways,
Byte.
You got to download the
I
Byte.
don't fuck know what that is.
I got in on the ground floor and actually just got my name as the URL, so I
Is
was
it?
pretty stoked about that.
I thought that was a food delivery.
Explain what it is.
It's Vine.
It's
the
Vine.
It's the people from Vine.
It's TikTok.
Yeah, it's not TikTok. It's Byte.
It's Byte.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll try Byte.
So-
But find me on TikTok, Webslinger, 2 B's, just
All right.
Webslinger.
That's cute.
I got no videos right
Yeah,
now.
that's
Cute
but-
name.
yeah,
Good
thank you.
branding,
But
yeah.
you know what
Thank
you
you.
should do for branding purposes?
Huh.
You should make everything based on like Spider-Man themes.
Oh,
Like,
all of my TikToks are Spider-Man
all of
themed.
them.
Do the memes with when he was getting the text message?
Yeah.
Do you do your own memes in there?
I like
Your own
it.
text over top
My
of
own
those?
text over those. Yeah.
Kyle the winner. Where can people listen to your various podcasts, or what's the next big SDC event coming up?
So I'm doing the Blackwatch Report, Twitch and Twitter. The Blackwatch Report, you'll find it there. We cover competitive Overwatch, but like tier 2 stuff. I'm Kyle the winner on Twitter. That's all I do. But if you're in SAC and want to do game dev stuff, February 15th at Hacker Lab, we're building all the teams. If you want to come make a game, we have all the ideas, but we need lots of amazing people to help make these games and contribute their ideas. So come on out.
I think you have a message.
I have a message.
Is Kyle single? Oh, the chat wants to know.
I'm married. Sorry.
He's very, very unsingle. That was the funny thing about the Circle show. Everyone went on there and thought they'd have an advantage if they said they were single.
They said they were single.
Yeah.
That one guy who's married and wore the craziest outfits.
He was the most cringe
He was
guy
the
on that
cringiest
show.
guy on
Watch
that
the
show.
Circle, everybody, and then come back to us. Lexie. So we're going to set up the streams very soon, but where can they get your hot takes on Twitter?
You can follow me at LexieJPR, and I post like every day, almost 24/7.
Does the PR stand for public relations?
It does.
Because that's what she does as a profession,
Hey,
everybody.
hey.
She's damn good at it. And as always, I gotta plug Shock 2020. If you want to hang out in the Bay Area, March 28th, 29th, it's going to be a giant party. Professional Overwatch League is coming to the Bay. We're going to have a bunch of California matchups. The Shock are going to take on the LA Valiant and the LA Gladiators. The Titans will be there. The Dallas will be there. So I'm very happy with the lineup. I think that's a stacked lineup of popular teams. So come check it out. Also, just be good to each other, I think. Oh, no, that's what I was going to say. Oblivion Comics and Coffee. We're going to be there on the 10th. If you enjoy trivia, this month's theme is Netflix. So it's a Netflix exclusives. We're going to be talking about stand-up comedy is going to be some of the categories. Other categories will include Stranger Things, The Witcher. Toss a coin to your Witcher. And he's stabbing, he's slaying, he's slaying. In the valley, oh plenty. Toss a coin to your Witcher. And he's wildin', he's riding, he's riding. In the valley, oh plenty. Toss a coin to your Witcher. And he's flexing, he's sexing, he's sexing. In the valley, oh plenty. Toss a coin to your Witcher. And he's witching, he's witching. In the valley, oh plenty. That's our show. Thank you for listening to Video Game Bang. Peace.